From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Lisa Laporte. Global Affairs Canada has issued a warning to Canadians in the area of Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, to shelter in place due to violence. Mexican government officials are warning residents that Jalisco State is not safe for travel right now. This comes as the Mexican army confirms it has killed the leader of the Jalisco New Generation cartel. Global Affairs Canada says estimates put the number of Canadians in Mexico right now at just under 19,000, including close to 5,000 in Jalisco State. An armed man was shot and killed at Mar-a-Lago overnight by U.S. Secret Service agents.
The Secret Service shot and killed a man armed with a shotgun and fuel can after entering the secure perimeter of Mar-a-Lago, President Trump's resort in Palm Beach, Florida, Sunday around 1:30 in the morning. Although Trump often spends weekends there, he was at the White House this time with the First Lady. The Palm Beach County Sheriff says the man was ordered to drop what he was carrying, but only put down the paint can and raised the shotgun. The suspect, who was in his early 20s and from North Carolina, was reported missing a few days ago by his family. Investigators believe he left North Carolina, headed south, picking up the shotgun along the way. I'm Julie Walker.
Nationwide events are being held and planned for across Canada to mark 4 years since Russia invaded Ukraine. Tuesday will officially mark 4 years since Russia launched an unprovoked attack on Ukraine, sparking a war that's left at least 1 million people dead and millions more displaced. Candlelight vigils, rallies, and panel discussions are happening this weekend and over the next several days in cities from Victoria to Whitehorse to St. John's to mark the anniversary. Building a pipeline of potential managers is becoming more difficult these days as younger workers increasingly look to avoid taking on a team leadership role. HR consultancy firm Brighton Early's founder, Nora Jenkins Townsend, says part of it has to do with leadership styles.
So I think for this generation, there's more prestige in being really good at what you do versus being in charge of people. And I think we've grown up with a lot of the stories of the bad boss or like really directional or authoritative leadership styles. And I think that younger generations are more critical of that.
Jenkins Townsend says there are also opportunities for people in non-managerial roles to help more junior employees.
Jeff Fillmore doesn't take a day off, and neither do I.
And Sony Pictures Animation's film Goat is leading a quiet weekend at the North American box office, earning $17 million US and beating Wuthering Heights, which raked in $14.2 million in its second weekend. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the curtains have closed on the Milan Cortina Winter Games. The closing ceremony took place at the ancient Roman amphitheater Verona Olympic Arena, where speed skaters Valerie Malte and Stephen Dubois were the flag bearers for Team Canada. The Canadian Olympic Committee says about 90 Canadian athletes took part in the ceremony out of a total of 207 athletes competing at these games. Canada ends the Milan Cortina Games with 21 medals, including 5 gold after a slow start. The Canadians had just 8 medals and no gold at the halfway mark on day 8. They rebounded with 13 in the second half, starting with freestyle skier Mikhail Kingsbury's dual moguls victory. In Major League Baseball action, the Toronto Blue Jays fell 11-10 to the Boston Red Sox today in their second Grapefruit League game of the spring. From the Canadian Press, I'm Lisa Laporte.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.